Well, everybody's favourite second team, rather, Uganda. They have set this tournament alight at times with that particularly 12-all draw against Australia late yesterday. Had this crowd in Coventry absolutely rocking. I think they have been adopted by many, many supporters here this weekend. So well led by Michael Okorach, Philip Wokarach as well, an important player in this team. And I think they're going to relish every moment of this big, big Coventry crowd. Sri Lanka too, boy, they've had some bright spots as well. Scored a couple of good tries, particularly Ishan Rakwata. Good moment for these players, Philippa, to enjoy and soak up this atmosphere. There's some Ugandan flags in the crowd, but I think a few people will be cheering them on.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? This is going to be a difficult one for the crowd because they've loved the underdog. So at times through this tournament, they've been really behind both of these teams. But I do think Uganda have just stolen people's hearts. We've heard some great words from them after each game. They're loving their experience here. I mean, they troubled Australia. What a game that was. Let's see what they can do now.
Sri Lanka get us underway in the green. It's Uganda in the black, and that's knocked down by Sri Lanka, but it does fall for Uganda and their captain Okorach. They spread early. Sri Lanka's defence will have to be up to the mark. Some of these big Ugandan players, boy, they were so close to securing a quarter-final spot. Oh, great work, speaking of defence being up to the mark. Bit of pressure coming on, forcing the error.
Really good pressure there, pinning back Uganda in their own half. Been a difficult tournament for both teams, both shown glimpses. Sri Lanka not having a win so far in this tournament. Uganda with that one win against Jamaica. Both teams looking to prove a point in this one.
Bind. Set. Hold.
And it goes from Suri, the Sri Lanka captain, walking rugby for a moment as they try and create a little overlap, and they've worked this really well for the speedster. Budima on the outside looking to get around. What a brilliantly worked try by Sri Lanka, and a cracking start for the Tuskers.
What a brilliant move. That was almost Fiji-esque. Slow it right down, invite the defender to come to you. But then before you know it, out the back door, there's someone on the wrap bringing the pace. Really good linking skills. Flyer be flyer. Brilliant pass over the head.
Eyes only for the ball. Budima Nanayaraka. Booty. You can just see through so many of these teams as the conversion excellent too. 7-0, just a little more exposure, time on the big stage, resources obviously key, but the talent is certainly there, and that's a perfect example of it right there as Munyani flies off the restart to send Uganda away. There's Munyani, what a tall figure he is, stationed in midfield. Casito goes to ground. And they'll get a penalty here too, Uganda. Sri Lanka asking the question why he can really get out of the way as Wokarach takes it on himself. Philip Wokarach, a superstar of the Ugandan team, a slightly awkward landing, but 5 points on the board will keep him happy.
Yeah, he has been the standout for the Ugandan team, scoring in every game so far. He is their only professional player, but he's certainly shouldering that responsibility with pleasure and really aiding this Ugandan team play. Not the most conventional dive you'll ever see, but hey, he got it down.
As long as you get it there in the end, as he strokes the conversion over as well. 7 points apiece. It's a towering restart from Uganda, expertly taken down by Nigel Duttwater, and he was taken in the air, and it's going to be a yellow card. His apology from Ian Munyani, just knows he got his timing wrong. Had eyes for the ball, but you've got to get the player down safely. It was a brave work in the air from Nigel Ratwata.
Yeah, that's a tough call because, like you say, both players having eyes on the ball, and I would say they're both in a good position to actually, you know, to genuinely contest for that ball. But safety is paramount.
You're just asking the question of the sideline officials, Ian Munyani. So Uganda down to 6 players for the time being. Here's the try scorer, Bodima. Oh, it's knocked away, though, from Sri Lankan hands. They've gone back to tidy up again. It's Ratwata, Nigel Ratwata, that is. 2 players that name. They're not brothers, Ashan and Nigel Ratwata, not related. Gee, they're playing with some nice continuity here. Oh, Suri losing control of the ball and scooped up by Aaron Afoyawath. A salute to the crowd and another as well to the skies.
That's become his trademark, the salute to the crowd, and they are loving it. Possibly the worst player for Sri Lanka to have picking up that ball is Afoyawath. Brilliant injection of pace, not even looking left and right, straight to the goal line.
Oh, this game is full of personality overloads, from cracking good hairdos, salutes to the crowd, dance moves and scintillating rugby skills. Every team has got it all.
I believe that's one of the best things about the Sevens game, is it embraces those personalities, it celebrates. You've got to play your game, express yourself on the field. Brilliant.
Brought down by Sri Lanka, and eventually have to commit 3 or 4 players to squeeze this ball back, but that is exactly what they do. Suri Ambandana, the captain, Suri, trying to dictate play. Oh, nice ghost through the gap from Ashan Ratwata, and the support run from Suri, and the little man has got plenty of speed to scoot away from the Ugandan defence. Try for try, these teams go. Sri Lanka pull another one back.
And again, it's Ratwati just with the footwork, the little bit of play here. Look, the dummy and go. And then it's the offload to the speedster coming through. That follow-up play, so key in the game of sevens. We've got a good game on our hands.
Captain of this side, such a great leader. Anuradha Suriambandana. 14 years experience, and we're all square, 14 all, with just under a minute to go in the half. Little chip kick restart, taken in by Timothy Kasinga for Uganda. Sri Lanka trying to put a bit of pressure on that ruck, but it was well looked after by Afoyawath. Here he is again, one of the try scorers for Uganda. Well wrapped up by Chandradas. Munyani back on the field, and then back with ball in hand, and he's got room up the middle. Chase coming, grabbing the jersey. It's well done by Hitiarachi. Support. The last minute. Is a try given? Yes.
Oh, the drama. It was deemed to come out in the tackle. It was knocked on by the Sri Lankan player, so that's why it was in. So first offload here. And it's off this one now. There, see, off a Sri Lankan hand. So that's why it's not a forward. It's essentially being played backwards into the goal area.
Now, good spotting. It came squirting out and in the hands of Ian Munyani, who scores the try to take us into half-time. And it's Uganda just in front in a really good game against Sri Lanka, 19-14. instructions for Sri Lanka. They've only ever won 2 Commonwealth Games matches in their history of 29 played. That was back in Glasgow in 2014, and they're right in this one against Uganda. Uganda's certainly the favoured team in this, but they've been put under pressure by a really willing Sri Lankan side. Deep in thought, regaining their composure, ready to start this second half. It is Uganda 19, Sri Lanka 14. Classification matches for these teams to try and finish as high as possible. Again, that whopping high restart is brought down expertly by Budima. Really looked after that ball nicely, Sri Lanka. Couple of big bodies colliding there. Senavaratne, Uganda locked in over that. Great work at the breakdown. Ayera, who taps and goes for Uganda. Short ball forward for Ayera. And another penalty goes Uganda's way. Just piggybacking them upfield a little bit here, Sri Lanka at the moment. Senavaratne giving away the penalty.
Let's go, bud.
Munyani, one of the try scorers in the first half for Uganda, to another. Weaving a little bit of magic, dancing around a few of his own players as well. Here's Aaron, the fourth.
Leave him, 9, you're wrapping him in.
Now big ball carrier, big body of Okarach, the captain. Patient build-up here from Uganda. Going to find a crack in the Sri Lankan defence, and now stabbing a clever little kick through. How's the waiting? How's the hands? Oh, not quite from Desire Ayera.
Not on first in the touch, yeah.
Yeah, just couldn't quite see the eye line to be able to get that pass in. Went for the kick, good idea, just a little bit too lateral, needed it to head just that little bit more towards the in-goal area. Ah, fingertip stuff. Had some good success against Sri Lanka. Haven't quite seen this one out yet. It's tight, 5.5 minutes to play. Playing behind their own goal line, Sri Lanka. It's a dangerous game, but that's a good carry. A little bit out of trouble from Ratwada, who's done a bit of hard work. Oh, they've tried to stab a kick through here, and it has not worked out at all for Sri Lanka. It has for Michael Okarach, and Uganda. They're going to check upstairs with the TMO.
I'm going to check for this. Okay. TMO?
High tack.
Can you confirm try or no try, please?
We'll look at try or no try.
Thank you.
It's pretty clear cut to me.
Nice to the big screen, Ugandan flag waving. Looks pretty convinced, doesn't he? Michael Okarach has been around the game a wee while, knows when he scored a try.
Yeah, perfectly in control, no separation, all good.
High tack, it's late here.
Yeah.
You may award the try.
Thank you.
And now gets the approval they need. Yeah, raise that roof, Michael Okarach. The Uganda conversion no good, but just gives themselves a little bit of space from Sri Lanka now. 24 points to 14.
Yeah, all came from that good bit of pressure. Like you said, it can always be risky trying to play out so close to your try line there. And just in case anyone's wondering, a charge down is okay. If it was a pass on the touched it in flight, that would have been a knockdown. That's not okay, but off a kick, it's
Shouldn't touch him
fine.
in the air.
This time, Budima couldn't bring it down. He was taken in the air, and he's actually come down in an awkward position. They're going to play on with just 6 at the moment. Sri Lanka in attack. Trying to work his way through Hitiarachi. Budima up now in jersey 11, back into the line, and he's their real good attacking threat. Ashanlat with it. Timely recovery, and then losing control of the ball though in contact. And Uganda will look to turn defence into attack here. A fourth. Ayeda has had good impact, powering through the tackle. Michael Okorach.
That cut-back kind of play against a tired defence. If you've got the energy in your legs to be dynamic with that cutback, you usually will reap the rewards. Plenty of bodies there, some soft tackling from Sri Lanka, but can't take away from the fact there really are going to be some tired bodies there, and at the moment Uganda are looking the fitter of the two teams.
Well, we've loved the work of Uganda throughout this tournament, as has the Coventry Arena crowd. They have got well and truly into it. Sri Lanka really gave it to them in that first half. Now, Uganda just showing slightly more experience. A bit more big game players in their side who've stepped up, including that man with the restart. Here he goes once more. Is he looking for a third? Oh, yeah. In very quick succession, too. What a showman. Michael Okorach.
Oh, they're really starting to enjoy this now. And the crowd are equally receptive to it. Straight off the restart. Brilliant tap back there, winning that aerial battle. And then getting the ball to the speed out on the wing.
Well, we've seen lots of tries, players scoring multiple tries in matches, hat-tricks, 4, we got 6 one day, been plenty of them, and they've come through many teams as well. And they're really starting to light things up. Big evening of sevens rugby, building towards the women's semi-finals, the men's quarter-finals as well, but our classification rankings have gone, really set the tone for the evening ahead. Soaring high, nicely taken down Mitun Hapagora. And fresh legs into the action now for Sri Lanka. Dunget. Penalty for Uganda though, and they still want to keep going. Plenty of time to rack a few more points up. Players must hate that on the mark rule.
Oh, you do. You absolutely do.
I mean, I can understand if they're a metre in front, a couple of metres in front, but anyway, we play on for Kasito. Off the off with a wild looping ball, about 30-odd metres and backwards 30 as well, and somehow it stayed alive, but it's gone forward. Crowd disappointed in the referee for making the call, but it is the correct one.
Time off. 6. Yeah, 6 is heading out. 10. 11. All right, perfect.
A well-deserved rest for Michael Okorach, the Uganda captain, hat-trick of tries, striding towards the side and applauded by those at the team bench as he makes his way off. Sri Lanka looking for some second half points here. They've created some good tries, certainly have that ability. Lanka. Okorach on the side now, watching on. Great defence, rugged defence, but well done by Sudaka Dukumbra. using every inch of this field, Sri Lanka, to try and find an opening. With a good hands, he's losing his feet in Chandradas, and now some pressure coming on. Uganda will hack this ahead, and there's going to be a foot race. He's going to say it might be run by Aaron Offworth, but in fact it's going to be a penalty against Uganda.
You're in front of the kicker.
Sri Lanka going to have to go 80-odd metres. Oh, how's the step, though? Suri back the other way. And then the defence comes in, just crept up again. Play on.
Number 12.
Lisa Rafaideen has to go back and play it in the correct spot.
Yep, those millimetres are all important.
Time up on the clock. Sri Lanka playing well into the 15th minute of the game now. Uganda, the ground grubber across the worm burner. Chandradas, big collision coming in. And caught it. And Uganda pile through. They give away another penalty in the process, though the game cannot finish in a penalty, and of course Sri Lanka want to keep attacking anyway. Hapugolda, they've got another advantage here, Sri Lanka, and now Suri up the middle, just ankle tapped. A timely intervention from Offworth. There's a few players down to walking speed now. Another penalty. They'll find their way up to halfway eventually, Sri Lanka, and away they go again, taking it on himself, Rafaideen. All that gut-busting work will finally pay off for Sri Lanka, and they will get the final say in the match. They kept going and get the reward.
Absolutely awesome individual effort. How he had the energy to be able to put in that good hitch kick and then sprint away as well. He left everyone for dust. Not even his own team could keep up with him. Absolute credit. Well done.
It is Uganda's match, though, led by their first ever hat-trick for a Ugandan player in the Commonwealth Games, their captain, Michael Okorach, getting that, and Uganda seeing out a 38-19 victory.